Oh, we'll do our waxing this morning. This is the paraffin I get in square blocks, lengths about that long, and with the little two-handed knife I made for cutting that. That's up to 230 degrees now, so we'll make a start. And first thing is to check that you have got your drain hole in there, and that's all looking good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and as that drains off you can actually see it soaking into the leather. Give it a quick wipe and grab it the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's that one done. Now we put the knife in there and make sure it's boned around it, and then take the knife out and leave that until it sets. So we'll do that one. And then I do a second waxing with beeswax, but I let that cool just a fraction first. And that's going to hold that in there nice and tight when it's done. Now, having done the second one, I go back to the first one, and with this, which is a mixture with a little bit of beeswax, BLO and terps, just to thin it, and that it just helps to put the shine on the surface. But I do go over it later on with the Renaissance wax. And that just helps to give it a nice little bit of shine. Now I'll do the next one after I've done the third one. And you can actually hear or almost feel the air rushing out as you dip that into the wax, so that you know that the wax is going right up into the inside of the sheath. You can see it dripping out of there, so you know it's been in there when you're dipping it in from the with the tip into there. And that's a good way to make sure that your knife is not going to go too deep into your sheath and stab through the bottom of it. So that sheath is still just on warm enough to allow the wax to suck down into it, the beeswax to do that, and it just imparts that little bit of shine that the paraffin doesn't do. This is a pair of little field scalpels. You don't need a great deal of this to go in there. But it does make a visual difference to it later on. and if you keep an eye on the temperature, that's staying at a nice steady 230 degrees, so that's going to allow for good suck into the leather, especially when you've had the sheaths in the oven, because that took a good 25 minutes to heat through to that temperature, and so that allowed the sheaths that are in the oven at just on 50 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit, and that makes the leather nice and warm, which helps to suck the wax in. If you do your sheaths cold, that's when you'll get wax setting on the outside of it and into the thread, in the holes where the thread is. And one more. Turn that off. Check for our drain hole. And we've turned the wax off now. And now is when you can check the level of the wax in your tin and replenish it. But it does expand when it's heated, so you just have to be aware of that without putting too much in, because you still have to allow for the sheath to displace some when you dip that in. So we'll replenish that, and then we can and that's everything sorted now until they get their Renaissance wax just before they're shipped off.